Jimmy Adams and Neil Mackenzie scored half centuries as Hampshire batted themselves into a good position on the opening day of their LV County Championship match with bottom club Kent at the Ageas Bowl. Batting first after winning the toss on an ideal day to bat on near the south coast, Hampshire made a very solid start through both Adams and Michael Carberry. This pair have now established themselves as one of the most respected pair of opening bats on the domestic scene, and it's rare if both fail on the same occasion. Neither did here, as they batted as openers should, solid in defence but ready to hit the bad ball for four. Of course, each had the odd difficult moment, Carberry surviving a strong appeal for a catch at the wicket, and an edge off the excellent Darren Stevens, who's in very good form at the moment. But they got away with those and were able to survive until lunch, by which time these two had taken the score to 80 without loss. The break didn't do Carberry any favours, however, and to the first delivery after it, another edge did carry to the slips, where Sam Northeast gleefully held on. Carberry was gone for 33, but Adams remained and took the total into three figures, something which represented an ideal start for a side which needs to start winning championship matches. Adams has done his best to achieve other victories this summer. Their only one so far was against Worcestershire back in April, and this shot took the captain to the 50 mark for the third time this summer. This one had occupied 112 deliveries and was reached with this three off Stevens. 8 fours had also been included. The worrying signs for Kent were that each time Adams has struck a half century this summer, he's gone on to convert it into three figures and then gone way beyond that. Once settled, he is generally in for the long haul, and that looked as if it would be the case again here, as he moved on to 65, made out of a total of 118. So Geraint Jones asked Adam Riley to bowl. He'd had a couple of testers before lunch, and now he began this spell with the wicket of Adams' first ball, the batsman beaten in the flight to be struck right in front of his stumps. With George Bailey with the struggling Australians and Michael Roberts left out, Mackenzie was given his first game of the championship summer, and he and Liam Dawson now try to pick up where Adams had left off, but to be fair to Kent, they did keep holding their opposition back with the odd wicket. Indeed, Dawson was out in a very similar fashion to his captain. Unsure of the length from Riley, he was LBW and had to leave with 36 runs to his name, with a total on 155 for 3. Mackenzie has been nursing a persistent niggle in the knee since helping the Highveld Lions win South Africa's domestic 2020 competition just as our season began, and he was soon picking up where he left off in that tournament as he took on Callum Haggett, who was struck for 3 successive boundaries in 1 over. This was typical Mackenzie, a man with all the shots, all the touches, and a man who knows just where the fielders are placed. The same can't be said of James Vince, not on this occasion anyway. On 10, he gave the impressive Riley his third wicket of the day, Jones with a catch behind as the home side went to tea on 183 for 4. The last session belonged to the home side, however, as Mackenzie and Sean Irvine batted through the last 2 hours without incident. The South African went on to his 50, the 130th time in his career that the 37-year-old has got at least that far. That was his 7th 4 and a fine knock, which had thus far used up 76 deliveries. And he ensured that his side ended this first day on top by tucking into whatever he was able to hit for the remainder of the day. He was at his best against Haggett, although all of the Kent attack had trouble tying him down, even though he did slow down towards the end of the day. Irvine supported him perfectly, batting well within himself in the 106 deliveries he faced in the final session. He knew the importance of this partnership, one which could take his side well away from Kent, a team which is still waiting for its first success in this season's 4-day competition. But this day really belonged to the returning Mackenzie, who struck his 12th boundary before the close to carry his stand with the equally experienced Irvine to 82 runs in 33 overs. That saw Hampshire to a very handy 265 for 4 by the close. The scoring was by no means rapid, but they are still well placed, especially with 2 men in. Irvine will resume his innings on 31, while Mackenzie needs only 15 more runs to announce his comeback with a century.